Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the What the Football channel. This is the BH and Scrubber Show. And on today's show, we're going to be previewing the upcoming game, the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders. That's going to be a home game for us. It might be a little cold that day, so it should be good. Just some housekeeping. Please join us. I don't know when we're going to do a review of this game. Maybe Monday, do a quick one because Tuesday's Christmas Eve, Wednesday's Christmas.
Yeah.
Be up to BH, and then of course on next Friday we're going to do a preview game for the upcoming Atlanta Falcons versus the Washington Commanders, and that game has been flexed to the Sunday night slot. So be sure to join us Friday and then on that Sunday. And then, of course, this Sunday, join us. We're going to do the live reaction show, play by play. I actually get the game here. At least I did until today, unless they change it. I get the game so I can call it without using the Yahoo graphic. And so that's all the housekeeping. Just keep joining us, folks. Well, BH, coming up against the Eagles, we lost to them in week 11. We probably could have won that week 11 game. What do we need to do differently this time that we did last time?
Well, we did, like I said, pretty good, last time. Surprisingly good in the first half. Things did start to fall apart. And we did really good against the run, which hasn't exactly been our forte this year. And they have a great running back and they have a really good quarterback who can run. Two
Mm-hmm.
guys that you just have to absolutely contain. So I think it all starts there, you know. I mean, the only real injuries they have, I think, is like Landon Dickerson
Mm-hmm.
and AJ Brown. They're on the offense. They're but like everyone else, everyone's dinged up. But I think they're pretty much at full strength. There. But as far as our offense against them, we really do have to run the ball. It's kind of concerning because against a kind of a weak Saints run defense, we could not get anything churning. I mean, you called a lot of 1 and 2 yard runs in that game. It was pretty stunning. Like, wow, come on. Well, we can't do that this week. Now, Tyler Biotis will be back.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so that's good. He did some kind of 2 weeks ago, some kind of 90 PFF run grade. He had this like run grade where he didn't miss one block. So that's really good. Nothing against Michael Dieter, who's probably a decent backup, but he's just not up to the level. Having Biotis back will be great. I mean, really looking forward to that. But I mean, I looked at this Eagles defense, man. You got to give that GM over there a lot of credit on both sides of the ball. But this defense is loaded. And you go look at their team PFF, man. You go down the line. Golly, man, they got the number 2 best linebacker. They got the number 4 best defenseman. They got that team has got top-notch players. Um, they drafted 2 young corners who played really well against us the last time. They really made things hard on Terry. I'm sure they're going to do that again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's got to be like one of those games where we always talk about moving, using design quarterback runs, screens. I mean, it's like you got to like, I wouldn't say just go back and just chuck the rock, but you got to bring everything out of the playbook.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you want to do the hook and ladder play, just put it out there. I don't give it, but you really got to vary it. You can't. This is one game where we got to like do you know, uh, some different kind of things. I think. I mean, to really make these guys have to challenge us all over the field because it's a really good defense. It's going to be really tough. Um, but yeah, Jaden's going to have just an excellent game. There can't be. He's been good on the turnovers, but bad on the
Yep.
sacks. So he's doing good. So keep up the turnover thing, but the sacks can't happen. He can't have that. He's got to do a better job of throwing the ball away. Um, and I think he errs a lot on just not getting an interception or an intentional grounding, which really sucks because you lose the down and you
Yep.
get the 15. But at some point he's got to balance that a little bit. We can't have 8 sacks. And because this team can churn up the pass rush. So he has those, like with every team, there's a lot on the quarterback's shoulders. That's just the way it is. But he's going to have an exceptional game, passing and running, and hope Cliff dials up a killer offensive scheme. So yeah, it's going to be a challenge. So what do you think of our defense?
Well, the defense, we played pretty good last week. In the first half, we got a little beat up in the second half, so that pertains to this game as well for the defense to be able to do good through the whole game, and that kind of again goes back to it hinges on the offense. The offense needs to sustain drives, give our defense a rest so that they can get all the way through a game. Now, last week the Eagles against Pittsburgh Steelers, they had like a 21 play 10-minute long fucking drive and just brutalized them. So that we can't have that on. If they do that, if they even have a 6 or 7 minute drives in the first half, we're going to be done. We can't have that. So on the offensive side for the Eagles, of course, they got Jalen Hurts. He's gotten a lot better. Of course, their running backs are Saquon Barkley and that Kenneth Gainwell guy. Gainwell's really good too. Saquon's been on fire. If you've got him in your fantasy, you're doing good. Who else they got as a wide receiver? Is that Devontae Smith?
Yep.
So I think both of them are kind of injured, so maybe they're not going to be as 100% as they could be. We got Marshawn Lattimore finally. So hopefully he can be a lockdown on one of them. He locked down on, I don't think they threw at him once last week. So,
nope.
So he's got that kind of power. So hopefully he can lock down one side of the field and give our guys a break. And we need to stop the run, like you said. And our run defense was like number 27 or something like that. We just suck at run stopping. So they're going to have to fucking figure something out. And then, of course, on third downs, our defense on third downs is really kind of crappy. Their team, Eagles, on third downs from offense is really good. So there's a couple cracks in our armor that they can get through and hurt us. But I think if our offense can do good with some sustained drives, also to the defense, man, 1 turnover, 2 turnovers would be awesome.
Yes.
That would really be helpful, just to stymie those drives, just to stop them drives and keep that shit at bay. 1 interception or a fumble, 1 in each half would be greatly helpful. You know me, I always talk about time of possession. Time of possession and the balance of the run versus the passing game. As long as those things are balanced and we prevail in the time of possession, we're going to win. What undoes that, though, is like we seen last week, is too many penalties, too many sacks, not getting it in the red zone. And what's my other one on there? And our turnovers have been good. So it's the sacks, it's the red zone, and it's the penalties that kill us. That just shows undisciplined team. So if we can correct half of those, we'll be in a better position to win this football game. It's at home. We have every reason to win in the world to win this one. So do the Philadelphia Eagles. They're a long shot away from the number 1 seed. They're gonna win the division, but they want to get the seed. They want to win this game in the next 2 out, and I think they can do that. So, but yeah, and now it's just up to what happens on Sunday, basically.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of a good deal. I mean, if we're trending towards the playoffs, it looks like we're pretty much a lock for the 7th, and we're going to play Philadelphia and Detroit. So I'm kind of glad that Philadelphia and Detroit, that one of them didn't run away, because what they'll do is, like, the second to the last game, if anyone gets hurt, they'll pull them out, rest them. Yeah. And then in the last game, they'll rest everybody. So then we got to go in. So now we get Detroit and Philadelphia doing like us, beating their brains in and just getting rocked and, getting beat up like everybody else and not be able to. I'm not saying it's cheating, but they get a big advantage with that. So, because we're going to face one of those two guys. So,
Shit, the Lions already have their own wing at the hospital right now.
Ooh, did you see that? Yeah, things have really tumbled down for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, you made a great point. That I think that Philadelphia Pittsburgh game, and that is a good defense for Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. And I think it was something like they had 26 minutes to 4 minutes. And Pittsburgh had 2 series in the second half.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude. Yeah, that will, if that anywhere near that happens, we're dead meat.
Yeah.
But which means is we have to get sustained drives and get first downs by any means necessary, short passes, whatever it takes. Get a first down. If it's 3rd and 8, I don't care. You got to make it. You just got to do it. Because like you said, 3 and outs, we're dead meat.
Yeah.
Our defense has to keep coming out
first
there.
Downs. Our first downs were doing good. But what we got away from is running the ball and getting 6 or 7 yards on the first play, or 5 or 6 yards on the first play, so that your second down is now 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 4 or 2nd and 3. Now we're getting like you talked about, only 1 yard gain on the first down. Now 2nd and 9. Now you're already behind the curve, and we do better when we can get ahead of that curve with a 2nd and 5 and a 3rd and 2. And so to me, that's what they really need to do, and that's part of that running game that you talk about. And part of that running game too is last week we used Jeremy McNichols twice and Rodriguez once. What the fuck is that? You got to break that shit up, man. Give somebody else a chance. And if you don't have Eckler, well, someone's got to fill that role and do the same exact thing. You can't change your scheme too much. The whole scheme relies on certain things being done. And so you just got to use McNichol coming out of the backfield and just throw it to him. That's all there is to it. And I don't know why they shy away from that.
Yeah. And if B-Rob needs a breather, they bring in Rodriguez, and man, that guy will go up the middle.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He's rested too. Haven't played much all season. He's only going to probably play 15 snaps in the game. But I mean, if that, he'd be happy to go right up the middle with his helmet down and crack some skulls.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it. Yeah. And it's true, man. Because boy, with Jaden being able to just run quickly out of bounds and go from left to right or whatever it takes, 3rd and 3 is almost automatic first down, because he can either drop it to a quick throw, quick pass, Terry, or he can just say fuck it. He can just run right out of bounds, get a first down. But like you said, if we're getting 2 yards on the first run, and against this defense, forget it, man. It ain't going to happen. So anyway, hey, that's why they play the game, right, man?
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. So. Well, we'll hope for the best and take what we can get, of course.
Yep.
And I look forward to Sunday. BH is going to be in the chat, so make sure you join us on that day. And a quick shout out. I know BH likes this. Our fantasy league is in the finals, and everybody is like almost 50-50 all the way down the line. It's very, very closely matched teams, and so that's really exciting. And good luck to everybody for that. So. Anything else?
That's been a lot of fun. No, man, that's it. Big game. Looking forward to it.
All right, guys. Thanks, everybody.